In September 2021, a company raised $83 million. It convinced Goldman Sachs, Steve Jobs' widow, and some of Silicon Valley's most powerful investors that it was the future of media. Then, a Goldman Sachs banker picked up her phone, dialed the real YouTube executive, and realized she had just spent 20 minutes talking to a man with a voice changer app. 6 days later, the company was gone. On this channel, we perform autopsies on companies that destroyed themselves. Last week, we cut open Wish, a $14 billion scam built on counterfeit products and fake reviews. If you want the full story on what kills billion-dollar brands, subscribe now. Ozy Media launched in 2013. Co-founded by Carlos Watson, Harvard, Stanford Law, Goldman Sachs veteran, CNN political analyst, the pitch was clean. A digital magazine for millennials who wanted news that was, in Watson's words, the new and the next. Ozy ran festivals in Central Park. It won an Emmy. It landed Hillary Clinton, Joe Biden, and Malcolm Gladwell as speakers. By early 2021, Watson was telling investors the company had hit profitability for the first time, with $50 million in annual revenue. Every number was a lie. Watson would claim massive audience numbers to attract advertisers and investors. Those investors would fund the next round of fundraising, which required even bigger audience claims to justify the higher valuation. To keep the numbers looking real, Ozy started buying traffic as early as 2017, bot-driven visits, fake email lists.
It said this show was going to be on A&E with 95 million households.
According to Axios, over 95% of the views on Ozy's flagship YouTube show, The Carlos Watson Show, were paid for. By June 2021, independent measurement firm Comscore recorded Ozy's actual monthly audience at 230,000 unique visitors. Watson was telling investors he had millions. This is the same playbook we saw at Wish: inflate the numbers, raise the round, repeat until someone checks. In February 2021, Goldman Sachs was deep in due diligence on a $35 million investment in Ozy. The bank wanted one thing: confirmation from YouTube that the relationship was real. So Ozy COO Samir Rao joined a Zoom call with two Goldman bankers and introduced himself as Alex Piper, head of unscripted programming at YouTube Originals. He used a voice-altering app on his phone. The Goldman banker, Christine Berardo, later testified, "I instantly heard a voice that didn't sound like a human's voice." She texted her colleague mid-call, "No white man has a voice like this." After the call, Berardo contacted the real Alex Piper. Piper's response, under oath, "I let him have it. I was not on that call." Google alerted the FBI the same day. Watson called the fraud a mental health episode and blamed Rao entirely. Rao drafted a letter accepting full responsibility. Watson helped write it in a hotel suite, but never published once they realized the Time story was about all of Ozy's finances, not just the call. Watson pulled out of hosting the Emmy Awards. Ron Conway gave back his shares, something almost unheard of in venture capital. BBC journalist Caddy Kay resigned publicly on Twitter after 3 weeks on the job. On September 26, 2021, the New York Times published. September 27th, Watson calls the story a ridiculous hit piece. September 28th, Caddy Kay resigns. September 29th, Chairman Mark Lazary resigns after 3 weeks in the role. October 1st, the board votes to shut down. October 2nd, Ozy Media is dead. $83 million gone. The company Watson claimed was generating $50 million in annual revenue had never once broken $2 million in actual ad sales. In July 2024, Watson was convicted of securities fraud, wire fraud, and aggravated identity theft, sentenced to 116 months in prison. He was on a flight to begin serving that sentence when Donald Trump called and commuted it. The new and the next was Ozy's tagline. What Watson was actually building was the oldest scam in the world. Borrow credibility from people who haven't checked the numbers, use that credibility to borrow more, and keep running until someone does. The investors didn't lose because they were naive. They lost because the entire system, the pitch decks, the due diligence calls, the email chains, was designed to replace verification with trust. And in a world where trust moves faster than facts, that works, right up until a Goldman banker hears a robot voice and sends one text message. Next, another company that convinced the world it was worth billions until someone looked at the actual product. On your screen right now.